boys and girls, how are we all? Right, so I'll face the microphone at my face. That's much better. So, good morning. Right, so two things before we start. Wow. Sorry, I can save you 9 gigabytes of RAM. Sorry, you want to remove what? You deleted Core FT. I don't even know. So we ran our second night's worth of cryo. Now remember, I'm planning. I would like the cryo to more or less steamroll the base at this point. Not completely. There is still a concept of too high. The thing is, cryo can only grow out of itself. If you cut cryo off, like say, cut cryo off all the way across here, unless you've got a dazzler running left to right, it can't grow over it. It can't. Bombs will also make serious differences. So part of this is what happens overnight. Yeah, so that's good. More tendrils. That's more depth there. Then it stops. There we go, side here. See, it takes quite a long time to whoosh through the inside itself. So what it's doing here is it's looking for an exit. Now, the main change I made yesterday was the likelihood of it going through rock reduces the bigger your base is. So what happens here, it's not that it's making it harder by going through rock, it's changing its behaviour. So if it spent like 5 hours and it's stuck up on a rock, so you can see this one here, guarantee that white area is a rock, guarantee that's a rock, or it could also be a hole. Boink. Now hopefully that will be close enough to scare the shit out of anyone. This is the thing. Also, once you start fighting the cryo, it's kind of a... how can I put it? Not losing battles, kind of a futility attempt. Because if you start to fight the end of a tendril, it can literally, that's the best place for it to grow more tendrils, amusingly. So it's kind of a losing battle. So you can see it's see on the left there. I'm going to assume that's probably a big hole there. Way up to this is this is 90 minutes in so far. So far pretty good. Pretty good. I can't see what it's doing here. Oh, there we go. We're starting on the right-hand side. So it doesn't show everything, so it is actually building creep. Also, any very tall or very low creep doesn't get picked up by the map. It's only the middle stuff. Patrick, don't forget, this is an endgame base. This is a full endgame base. This is not a start base. Now the right cryo is still struggling. Nothing. There's no movement there at all. Yeah, now in the entire time it had, that right base didn't achieve anything. I don't know why. Now it could just be that it was drawing outside of the map, so we're under the top left now. As you can see the nucleus moving, looking for an exit path. And it's got one. Now the thing is about this is those are very thin tendrils. It will take many hours to fire tendrils out beside those for them to become thicker. But that certainly should feel scarier anyway. Okay, now we're onto the top middle, I think. I still think it's a bit too keen to move towards, not quite keen enough to... Well, the thing is, Garhaka, this is... your entire problem is that it's not been overwhelmed. No, you see, the behaviour morphs. So the tendril behaviour is a question of multiplying or scaling the ratio at which the... at which it decides to move the nucleus, as opposed to which it fires tendrils out from the nucleus. Now, I will say, it's not doing a very good... These green ones, that's where it's searching. So I might try and tune that back a little, because what I want to do is I want the nucleus to get to here and then it to fire out loads of stuff. It's been very few situations where it's drawn these green ones. So the green ones where the nucleus was here and it shot one out and then built it there. Ah, but it has branched. That means it's come back down there. Now, what I haven't done yet is I haven't gone and looked at the base. So, okay, we're at 6 hours in now. But we'll go and have a look at it in a minute. My PC did shut down overnight. I don't know why. It could have overheated or crashed, or it wouldn't update because I don't have Windows updates on. Because quite frankly, I'm not a moron. Where are we at now? We should be at bottom left, I guess. Let's see. Now, see, I'm not sure what it's doing now. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing any behaviour for the creep. I actually said that. I think something else may have kicked in there, because you see that stripe moving up there. That stripe should never stop. That stripe should go up and up and up and up and up and up. Up, up. And then it's just stopped. I might have to look at that. So for stripes, I put my mouse 1, 2, 3, 4, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28. 28 minutes, it didn't do anything. And that's okay. I mean, this is supposed to be a background task, but I don't know quite why it's doing that. Now, I need to ensure, of course, that my statements are correct. I'd say it's a lot better, though. Or at least it's very different. Now, I am going to hop onto my phone server and we're going to give that a quick whirl. And then we're actually going to look at the cryo in person. Tonight, I'm going to do a new test and see how it looks after a few hours. Because I don't want to completely ruin people's bases. The problem is, I say, unlike the... If resin grows quicker, wow, oh well, you know, resin grows quicker, who cares? Because it's worth something. You get resources, whereas cryo is nothing but a power drain. It has no positive benefit for you at all. It is a total... It's a pisser just to have loads of it. Right. Did we finish the research? Did anyone log on to the server site? Yes! Okay, what do they need? What about ultimate power grid? That seems much more up our alley. Unfortunately, no one saw fit to put some bigger batteries on here yet. I don't have any on me. I take what I just said back, sorry. Let's leave. Wait, hang on. I didn't have my headphones plugged in. I wonder why there was no audio. So yeah, pleased with the cryo, but I don't think I've changed anything that makes it grow less, like less physical actual cryo per minute. It's just somewhat more keen to push out tendrils of cryo. Okay, so what we need is nickel and copper. So we're switching my semi-automated... no, we probably want tin, actually. I have a semi-automated research pod thing. I'm still trying, guys. I'm still trying to get them to do it properly. trying so hard. Okay, tin's fine. Now, we can't actually do copper, but we can do tin. Now, the problem is... Oh, yeah. Is that tin? Copper? Sorry, that is copper. Yeah, it's mostly... Uh-oh, that looks very quiet. It's mostly automatic with a slight manual. That's not too bad. It's good enough. So in this case... can I just check, by the way, if you're playing this game, right, and you're on patch 18, can you just verify for me that it doesn't say test the grappling hook every time you come into the game? It's just me and my screwy profile... because my screw profile, I run the in editor a lot, right? It's all right, Gate. That's all right. Phone. I'm out of bed. Silly phone. Okay, good. That's fine then. What it means is I haven't got... it's predicated off achievements. That's why I'm seeing it again. Now, one of the interesting things I've noticed, and I don't quite know what the solution is, right? So here we are. We're playing the game, and this guy has done some sourcing. That's fine. Cool. But I'm sitting here waiting around for resources. Okay, now... Why am I waiting for resources? I'm probably waiting for stuff to smelt. But why am I waiting for stuff to smelt? Like, new smelters at this point are piss easy to make. Like, why are people at this point so poor at just scaling up sideways so far? Look, so I can make 2 more ore smelters without even having to, like, think. 1, 2. Like, am I making sense? I'm not sure if I am. Like, you can scale up any problem at this stage in the game so quickly. And I don't know why people don't. Like, so I can add a second one of each of these smelters now. I can also add all of these. Like, I've got so many thousands of bars and resources. It's just not even a thing. So what I'll do is I'll do 2 of those, 2 of these, and I don't know where we do the other material. Actually, let's use a turntable, because that is kind of what they're for. Do I really not have any turntables? I guess I don't. So just a reminder, turntables, if they receive input at 40 bars a minute, they will spit out 40 bars a minute. The amount of people who said I'm wrong on that, and when after having much explanation, I realise that they haven't added up all of the output rows, it's quite amazing. That needs to be hoppered twit. I did block the LP2. I don't even know what this is doing. I hope this isn't an important LP, because it is. It's a very silly place. I have a horrible feeling that's the one that runs the entire underground base, you know. Which is silly, because it should definitely come off something more like this. So let's do that. Rather than coming off our smelter array. Yes. Yes. Turntables are, with the tiniest of difference, basically free. There is a slight difference, but they are very, very fast. The point is, if you split 100 items a minute or whatever into 4, you get 4 times 25 items a minute. You don't lose speed. It splits evenly and fairly. Obviously, obviously you do have the limiting factor of the input table. I don't know what's running this one. There we go. Yes, that one's hooked up from back here. I don't know what the hell that's going on about. Yeah, that's actually hooked up in the same place. Anyway. So these guys are using logistics hoppers, which is... It's kind of good until a certain point in the game where you've got so many resources. At this point, it would make more sense to... Actually, if we just do that, that should actually speed it up. So that will collapse into a hopper and then out again. Yeah, so at a certain point, when you just quite frankly have enough resources, you're better off switching to storage hoppers. But I have changed logistics hoppers in this patch because I think they're underused. They are not that bad. They're actually fairly good. So I've made them better. But in your early game, because a lot of the argument about, oh, I don't automate is I'll end up storing up hundreds of things I don't need. I'm like, well, don't use a storage hopper then. Use a logistics hopper. That's your clue's in the name. But yeah, the description's been changed. As ever, when I change the description of something, the next stage is re-education. Like, I'm still arguing with people about basic smelters. And I genuinely forgot I made them twice as quick. There is still a shortcut to do it, I thought, wasn't there? I can't remember what it is. I don't know what Strudge it is, PP, because Shift, Alt, and Control. So if you look at the bottom left, Shift, Control, store different amounts of bars. I'm sure there was a shortcut key. It wasn't F. I don't know why I pressed F. That's the wrong game entirely. And that should hopefully stop the... So the problem is about the turntables, what people see is they see it when it's pointing left. That's just a visual effect. It's actually already handed on. It's just that it looks like that. Actually, Kohaki, you say that. I went back to a hard... I've got one laptop that's primarily hard drive based, and I went back to it going, Jesus, god, this is so slow. What is wrong with this computer? Oh my god, it's like this minute's got a failing hard. Oh, hard drive. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, my god, hard drives are so slow. You don't realise, because when I first went to SSDs, my response was, holy shit, these are fast. Now, that's just normal. Now your response is, holy shit, that is slow. Are these? Oh, we are actually at Mark IIs. This one does seem to be struggling for gold. Yeah, so it's not very well synchronized, I've noticed. It's pretty good at early thick gauge, but at this point, what it's doing is incorrect. It's like, yeah, I'm taking off, and then the server goes, no, you've already landed. And it's like, oh, I've landed, I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't appreciate how fast SSDs are, to be honest, anymore. So these guys haven't upgraded to stockpilers. I think we should upgrade our lithium one to stockpiler. Tin. Is this the lithium one? This looks like that'd be iron, this would be lithium. So let's upgrade it to a stockpiler, because the game has a lithium problem. So lithium is massively underused right now, and I very much plan to fix that as time goes on. And refuse items where choose item. See this bit, I love this bit. This is amazing. Lithium return, and I'm pretty sure Steve sorts it to put the bars at the top, and if he doesn't, that's lucky. Right, so we've only got 200 lithium in there. Barely. So what's using up the rest of the... That's possibly iron. Now, from previous experience, there's very rarely a reason not to build more rack rails. Like always, you build more rack rails and you won't regret it. Oops. There we go. I assume that is a fair statement. Now, rack rails are good in one important sense. They're a useful ongoing thing, and they compress iron at 2 to 1. Now, this is one of the problems. This is a mistake. I've made a mistake. Tin plates 1 to 1. Copper wires 1 to 1. Lithium coils 1 to 1. Bad. Hardened machine blocks and alloys 16 to 1. Good. So this is something, again, I would like to address. I would like the end products to be multiples of the start ones. So this means that a base that is correctly designed and well automated fundamentally has less items. So instead of having 10,000 bars, now that's an example I can multiply. Instead of having 6,000 tin bars, you will now have 1,000 lightweight machine housings because they compress at a 6:1 ratio. And this is just, quite frankly, not enough. Yeah, you see, they panicked and blew up their thing. I don't think this is... No, it's still got room. Scanning. I think it's still got room. There we go. It is still working. Though I'm pretty sure I messed up the ablator remote scan. Yes, Kohaka, but right now nothing requires lithium coils. And let's be honest, barely anything requires lithium. So anything that requires lithium bars will move on to using a new item that doesn't exist yet, called charged lithium coils. And very probably I will just rename Spider Bro, because Spider Bro has uses... might as well be charged lithium coils. So I will be reworking that. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. So there, I can't make massive sweeping performance. Sorry, recipe changes. I have to make small, delicate, considered ones. Is this actually blocked up? Wow, I really did fix that, didn't I? Or that's full. No, we got 600 storage. That's fine. Now, let me take that one because we are definitely struggling with the English language. We're definitely struggling with mass storage input ports. Basic mass storage input port. Right. Iron gear. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to the most in the next playthrough. You will never again craft lightweight machine housings or iron gears. Never. You will never have to craft them. Do you hear me? Mark 1 power booster. And a Mark 2, I think. Yeah, the thing is, Ruben, with those particular machines, most recipes use a multiple of 5 iron gears, so that was easy to do. But and the 3 for this, so I will always create 15 of them, and it scales up, which was again kind of dumb. Can I think of anything? Actually, we can have a look. Let's have a look. Do I have a lithium coil on me? Do I have? So if I go to reference, crafting ingredients, so we actually have ball. I don't think anything uses steel ball bearings, does it? Like literally nothing uses that machine, that item. Lightweight machine plate is unused as well. Lithium coil. Lithium coil turns lithium wire, turns into advanced conveyor filter, so I can reduce that one and then make it 4 to 1. Korhaka, I just restart Steam more often than you. I think that solves that. That's it. So the only real, it's not paid up the Spider Bro recipe. Okay, but lithium bars. Why does it go iron? Anyway, lithium bars. Off we got. Blast furnace. Right, okay. Oh, right, recipe. No. So that would become... I mean, I'm thinking it maybe at a 5 to 1 ratio, if I can. And some things will become more expensive, and that's not a problem, because, as I said, lithium is underused. Yeah, they're not used. There's a whole bunch of things that we added that we just never used. That will be... See, now that I don't want to fiddle with, because that is a very early game machine. Don't want to fiddle with that one either. That's fine to fiddle with. I'm really tempted to get rid of the threat reducers. That could become lithium coils. So again, if you think back to your first playthrough, right? An early play, there was a time where you were like, 64 lithium bars! I have finally achieved it! I have so much lithium! Oh my god, roll on my suit heater. That is way too cheap as well, my god. So I'm just sort of bundling some ideas into my head right now. I haven't looked through this in ages. Again, that is just unbelievably cheap. But you get one of those right at the beginning of Tier 2. That's on purpose. That is a gate. It's not supposed to be a challenge to get your Tier 2 gun. Maybe it should, but it's not currently. That's just to stop you moving on your manufacturing plant until you've had enough time to get used to the game. Spider-Watt Blaster, Arthur solar panels, That's fine. After charging station. I'm happy to make that more expensive. Actually, now that one, let me just... that one I will change. So what's going to happen, I'm going to rename Spiderbot Power Cores to Charged Lithium Coils. Error. The file operation completed successfully. Try again. Now, I have to be careful because the charged lithium coils that I'm planning on using are using a lot of power. So I have to be careful I don't... I have to be careful that I don't lock out low-end players. Well, glow sticks cost power. That's a rubbish recipe and I hate it. I wonder what happened there. I think I might just start seeing. Again, that will probably become a much more. Hang on, okay, FortressCraft's doing up. I just want to tweak that one. Anything that uses 6 tin plates, it will now use 1 lightweight machine housing. Okay, manufacturer, there we go. So my PC turned off last night whilst I had files open. Okay, Arthur Charter. Oh yeah. Right, so this require is it lightweight machine housing? 1. But anywhere I see 6 lithium plates, sorry, 6 plates becomes one of these. And I will also increase that to 5 because that makes my future life a little bit easier when it comes to reducing it. But it's stuff like this that's just ridiculous. I mean, there's no way it should be that. Status. I think. Where is... Where is it? He's quite right. I've seen it. Actually, we've got one. Let's just go have a look. We'll come back in a moment to that. Oh, it's in the front of order. Hold on, so we've got lift state traveling. Then we've got a /t. A /t? Good luck. No, I don't think /t is supported. /t is tab. Why does it say rack rail storage? What's that about? That doesn't work either. That should be... rack rail storage should be that, colon, that. Ah, that's fixed. Thank you. The M is a previous thing here, and I don't